I'm so proud of him because he never gave up. His legs were deceiving him.
The all-Brit showdown between Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois ended with a jaw-dropping shocker that no one saw coming. Dubois didn't just beat Joshua, he annihilated him, knocking him down 3 times before delivering the final, career-shattering blow. It was a brutal masterclass from Dubois, leaving fans stunned. But with this dominant victory, you have to ask, has Dubois truly hit his prime? Or is he setting himself up for the same fall from grace that Joshua just experienced? Well, he answered with a bombshell that no one saw coming and hinted at his future as a boxer. Let's take a look. Daniel Dubois delivered a stunning performance by dismantling fellow Brit Anthony Joshua in just 5 rounds, propelling himself into global stardom in front of 96,000 fans at Wembley Stadium. At 27, Dubois dominated the fight, knocking Joshua down multiple times to retain the IBF heavyweight title and leaving his domestic rival's career in shambles. The Londoner secured the biggest win of his 24-fight career with a powerful counter-right hook, stopping Joshua 34 in dramatic fashion. Dubois proudly declared his warrior spirit, determined to reach the pinnacle of the sport and fulfill his potential. His victory marked a major turning point, cementing his status as a top contender. Joshua's attempt to reclaim the heavyweight crown and become a 3-time champion ended in shocking fashion. After suffering his 4th loss in 32 bouts, he hinted at a possible return to the ring, with a rematch clause offering a chance to face Dubois again. Dubois, now relishing the biggest win of his career, finally enjoyed the crowning moment he had been chasing ever since he was elevated to world champion, following Alexander Usyk's decision to vacate the belt. After the fight, Dubois proudly dropped a bombshell that he would rather fight Usyk again or actually retire. He wants that rematch. And currently, there is not a fighter worthy of fighting him. He proved that he earned his rematch with his previous fights. However, his claim of retirement shocked everyone. He just entered his prime years, and even Jing Zhang challenged him after the victory. However, we are most likely to see the Usyk rematch first, if Usyk wins again, versus Tyson Fury in December. Oasis frontman Liam Gallagher had already fired up the energetic crowd with a musical performance before the main event, and Dubois quickly proved himself to be the true rock and roll star of the night. Despite holding the title, Dubois broke tradition by walking to the ring first, greeted by jeers as fireworks lit up the iconic Wembley arches. The National Stadium glowed even brighter as fans raised their camera phones, capturing the moment when fan favorite Joshua made his entrance, eyes locked on the ring, to a medley that started with the Godfather theme and finished with War from Rocky IV. With only 4 of their combined 49 wins going the distance, the expected early knockdown came in the first round. Underdog Dubois connected with a crushing overhand right in the final seconds, sending Joshua crashing to the canvas. Joshua, still dazed, struggled to recover in the second round as Dubois relentlessly pursued him, finding success with a stiff, punishing jab. It was clear that the memory of those sparring sessions, where Dubois reportedly rocked him years earlier, still lingered in Joshua's mind. By the third round, the 2012 Olympic gold medalist was reeling. A brutal left hook from Dubois forced Joshua to touch the canvas with his glove, though it wasn't officially counted as a knockdown. But the onslaught continued, and Joshua found himself floored once again. He was knocked down twice more in the third, though one was ruled a slip. Still, the writing was on the wall. Ringside unified champion Usyk and Tyson Fury, set to face off in December, watched in disbelief as the fight spiraled out of control for Joshua. The once booming chants of AJ, AJ had fallen silent. In the fourth round, Joshua finally had a moment, landing a clean punch that briefly gave him hope. But it only served to ignite Dubois further. A devastating counter right hand, one that will forever be etched in memory, sent Joshua down for the final time. The former face of British boxing scrambled on the floor, trying desperately to rise. but he couldn't beat the Count. In the aftermath of one of British boxing's biggest upsets, questions now surround Joshua's future, despite his hints that he may continue fighting. Since his back-to-back losses to Usyk in 2022, Joshua's comeback seemed to be on track, driven by the ambition to join the ranks of legends like Muhammad Ali, Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, and Vitaly Klitschko as a three-time heavyweight champion. However, he faced a fearless, younger fighter in Dubois, who was determined to make his mark on the global stage. Joshua acknowledged his mistakes, recognizing the speed and sharpness of his opponent. The highly anticipated and long-discussed super fight with Tyson Fury took a major hit as well. Even if Fury loses his rematch with Usyk in December, the bout with Joshua may have lost its shine after this stunning defeat. On the other hand, Dubois' future looks brighter than ever. With his father Stan in his corner, as he was during key moments against Jarrell Miller and Filip Hrgović, Dubois had the support he needed from the start. Despite being no stranger to high-stakes fights, nothing could have fully prepared him for this momentous night on boxing's grandest stage. It's been 4 years since his loss to fellow Brit Joe Joyce, a fight where he suffered a fractured eye socket and was harshly labeled a quitter after taking a knee. But this time, under the bright lights, Dubois embraced the spotlight and delivered, marking a new chapter in heavyweight boxing. After enduring a roller coaster of highs and lows in his career, Dubois sees this as his time, his moment of redemption. From the start, Dubois set the tone with his jab, forcing Joshua into a defensive posture early in the first round. Joshua tried to box from the outside, landing a few counters, but it was Dubois who connected with the cleaner shots. A powerful overhand right from Dubois dropped Joshua in the closing seconds, marking a significant 10-8 round for the younger fighter. Joshua answered the count, but the damage was clear, as Dubois established an early lead. In the following rounds, Dubois continued to overwhelm Joshua with relentless pressure and heavy punches. Joshua's jab did little to slow him down, and Dubois' straight shots and bodywork kept Joshua on the back foot. By the third round, Dubois had Joshua visibly hurt, dropping him again with a combination that left Joshua scrambling. Though Joshua survived the round, Dubois' dominance grew, reflected in a 30-25 overall score after 3 rounds. Joshua's attempts to mount any offense were met with a barrage of power shots, particularly in the 4th round, where Dubois scored another knockdown, though one was ruled a slip. In the 5th round, Joshua briefly found some success, landing a few solid punches, but Dubois quickly countered with a devastating right hand that sent Joshua to the canvas for the final time. Unable to beat the count, the referee waved it off, sealing a commanding victory for Dubois. Dubois' combination of relentless pressure, precision, and power earned him a decisive win, with the scorecards reflecting his total control of the fight. And this is just proof of how Dubois can be elevated to the GOAT status. If Daniel Dubois were to defeat Alexander Usyk, it would catapult him into the upper echelon of heavyweight boxing. Usyk, regarded as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, has dominated both cruiserweight and heavyweight divisions with his technical prowess and ring IQ. Beating a fighter of Usyk's caliber would solidify Dubois' status as a legitimate threat and not just a powerful brawler. It would showcase his ability to not only handle a more experienced, elusive opponent, but also prove his adaptability and growth as a boxer. A win over Usyk could also elevate his reputation as the future of the division, opening the door for bigger fights, including a unification bout with Tyson Fury or other top contenders. To become the greatest, however, Dubois would need to continue building on that momentum. A victory over Usyk would place him in a prime position, but greatness requires longevity, consistency, and beating multiple elite opponents. If Dubois can go on to unify the heavyweight belts, defeat more top-tier fighters like Fury or Deontay Wilder, and maintain dominance over a competitive era, he could be mentioned among the all-time greats like Muhammad Ali and Lennox Lewis. Combining his raw power with improved technical skills and a strong mental game could allow Dubois to carve out a legacy as one of the heavyweight division's most feared and accomplished champions.